I just wanted to go ahead and grant you the continuance that you requested. I understand that you want to familiarize yourself with this case. And then I also wanted to make Ms. Harrison aware that I'm putting you back on the September 1st calendar because Mr. Hill, requested counsel, and we always do allow people
He
to have counsel.
requested counsel already 2 months ago, and it was already delayed. This is just a stall and delay tactic by him. Nothing's going to come of this. He still has not sent anything for his child or has done anything of the sort. I am doing this by myself.
Okay, and I'm sorry, but I believe, I'm not sure, I think this was the case that I got word on, is that we do have an application now. Is that correct, Mr. Johnson?
Judge, first and foremost, I'm not Attorney Johnson. I'm from his office. He's in trial in Cobb County. I just want to be clear about that. There is a case in Clayton County. Attorney Gresham represents the DHS department. We've got a hearing coming up on that, and he did hire Attorney Johnson for this and to file a petition for legitimation. So it's not a delay tactic.
We are not going to legitimize someone who physically abuses the mother of their child and who has never been in their child's life. That's not going to happen.
Now, Ms. Harrison, I just want to make sure you understand that is up to the court, and you would have to present evidence because
I have it.
We can't prevent a legitimation, but obviously, if you have the information, then that's
never even watched him for an hour.
Okay, so that would need to be presented, and and it would move forward, but but legitimation is the right of every father. So
he's not going to get it.
Okay, well, that's going to be between you and the court. But the thing that I want to make sure happens before my September 1st calendar, because I am granting the continuance on the with the understanding that Mr. Hill is going to go into Clayton County and get that DNA and take care of the matters that have been outstanding all this time, because you can hear the frustration from Ms. Harrison, and I understand completely. So we need to get this done. And she's already signed an arrest warrant. It's I'm the one holding it up now because I have not signed it, because I'm trying to give Mr. Hill the opportunity to do the right thing for his child. So if you could just relay that to Mr. Johnson, so that we can make sure that that happens, and it needs to happen in a timely fashion. Okay.
So he still hasn't done anything by the 18th, so he still gets away with it. He's not going to get arrested.
I'm not going to say that he's getting away with it. Whenever I see that things are taking a step forward, I'm going to try and let things move forward, because you have to understand, Ms. Harrison, it is going to be the quickest method for you. If we put him in jail, that is not going to get money for your child. It's going to delay things.
But he's not doing anything anyway, so he might, and he's never going to. He's applying for legitimation, so he doesn't have to. But he doesn't even.
But you have to understand, he can't apply for legitimation without answering this. The court is not going to let him have his way while he continues to not. How can you apply for legitimation if you haven't done a DNA test? So he's the one that's going to. Oh, I understand, but I also know that Mr. Hill doesn't know the way the law works. He cannot ask for a legitimation without doing DNA testing. That's just common sense. So he can't do one without the other.
The DNA test is done. He decided not to go, and he lied to me and said that he did, but they found his DNA from another case that he had.
That is correct.
So it's already proven. And also, is it legal? Like, is somebody, a bystander, able to come into this meeting? Because I see his deadbeat father here on the.
Okay, so we're not going to go there, Ms. Harrison. I've already kind of explained exactly what we need to know. I just would like for both of you to, or rather for Mr. Johnson to be here on September the 1st, so that we can move things forward. But I'm not going to have a full hearing at this point in time. Okay, so so
nothing's changing.
Not right now.
Still no support, still no him doing anything for his child, still nothing. I have to still do everything.
September the 1st is the day. Okay. And I'm not going to promise you that everything is going to change on that day. But clearly, if he has the money to hire counsel, then I do expect that he is going to begin paying his child support, pretty close to September 1st, once we get everything else done. So if you could just relay that to Attorney Johnson, I would appreciate it. Okay.
I have a question. He already filed for a continuance already, and that was granted. But I see it specifically on the paper that you guys send that they're not allowed to file for continuance, and this is a second continuance. He's not doing anything for any benefit of my child. He's delaying and he's stalling, and now he has his family in on it, and now he has some attorney in on it. This is like I can't. Like, what else
I understand. Believe me, I understand your frustration, Ms. Harrison, and I know it doesn't seem like it to you, but having done this hundreds of times, I know that this is the quickest way to get to money. When I know that you want to see him arrested, but money going to the court to pay for his probation is not going to help your child. So
he's never going to pay that, and he's never going to watch his child. I know that. He's 9 months now. He's never done anything. He's not going to.
And I understand. When somebody doesn't want to take care of a child, you don't have them take care of your child. Don't demand that. What I am demanding from him is the money. That's what's going to be a help to you. You don't need him to do, care for your child and so forth, because he's already making the allegation that things that his family did for the children.
And they never do. His family doesn't even talk to me because about this.
I understand. But what I'm trying to tell you is, when somebody behaves that way, that's not the person. If he doesn't have the personal commitment to take care of his child himself, that's not the person that you want taking care of your child. I don't want him
to, because he has beat me before, and he is also not going to get legitimation. He doesn't even know my child's middle name. He's never even watched him for an hour. He's never done anything.
Okay, I understand. Believe me, I do. I know it might not feel that way right now, but I want you to calm down. We're going to get to the end of this. Okay. Okay. So I'm sorry, Attorney Johnson's office. I think you were trying to tell me something.
Judge, we're just here trying to get the situation resolved.
They're just trying to not paying a dime. And
Judge, I'm not fixing to go back and forth. I want to make the announcement for Attorney Johnson. Could we be excused at this point?
Absolutely. I'm going to excuse everybody, as well as any family members, to Mr. Hill, so that we can move forward with our calendar. Okay, you're all excused. Keep parties waiting. Now, I do see, Ms. Ayers, that you did receive a payment on July the 24th. Did you hear from Mr. Igolum?
I heard from him, yes, ma'am. He does live at the same address. He is getting a notification, and he texts me and asks me to stop. Like, why am I putting a white man into our stuff? But it's because he pays sporadically, and I can't consistently do what I need to do with that.
Right. You need to support a child.
I need it on, at least once a month, every month. And and he's not here because he doesn't think anything will happen, but he is getting the notification.
I'm pretty sure he is, because of the fact that he's paid some money, and usually he understands that there will be a recourse if he doesn't pay money, or else he probably wouldn't pay at all. So what I want to do to keep money flowing for you is I want to put him right back on the calendar again. I'm not sure, is it Miss Starks or Miss Freeman? Can you tell me my second calendar in August? No, this is August. I'm sorry. My second calendar in September.
Morning, judges. Mr. Freeman. Your second date is going to be September 15th.
September the 15th. So I'm going to put you right back on for September the 15th. That way you'll probably see a payment in August. I don't know if it will be a good amount, but you will probably get some money. And I'm going to see what other resources. Do you know if he was working a job?
He still works self-employed. He owns a moving company.
Oh, okay.
But the person that calls me to remind me, I don't know if someone's able to call him and remind him, but maybe let him know, like, he can't be missing court just because he just willy-nilly, like, or can he? Well, no, he kind of did things the right way. He paid an amount of money before, within, so that he's not 30 days past due.
but it
Because I was
still
just
is.
gonna wait on 30 days again to reapply, but this is, I see, so we're on your calendar because I
Mhm.
am, like, I need it, so.
Right,
for
and
childcare.
that's what I'm trying to accomplish. I want you to get something because once I do that arrest order, it's pretty much guaranteed that you will not get anything. So I just want to make sure that money is still flowing, you know, to meet your needs. But once I do, you know, the arrest, then you move from this court and, you know, and then he starts having to pay probation fees on top of child support. And I would rather see that money go to your child. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss you for today and just be back on September the 15th and we'll keep things going. Okay. So first
ma'am.
of
Thank
all,
you.
I see that there was a payment last year of $2,351 that was made. Probably it was a involuntary, but Mr. Ali, I've not seen any more money towards the payment of child support. And I just want to remind you too, you've got a very low child support obligation. You really need to jump on top of that because you're very fortunate that that's all you have to pay. And I wouldn't I wouldn't push the situation if I were you to make somebody go back to court and get that increase, because that would definitely be increased should you go back before Superior Court. So can you tell me why it is that you're not paying?
Your Honor, earlier this year, I was in a car accident. Just put me out of work for a little minute, just getting back on my feet, to be honest. I do plan on getting on track, and, you know, I did put myself in a bind. I understand that.
But now you also understand that based on the history that I see here, it doesn't appear that you were paying before the car accident. You know, there was one involuntary, what was it? Was it a tax intercept?
Yes.
Okay, so you had one tax intercept that paid money towards child support, but it doesn't appear that you've ever paid a penny out of your pocket. Did you?
I've sent money, you know, the wrong way. I could tell you that. You know, Cash App, maybe Chime, you know, never did, you know, through DHS. Last payment that I did just send was almost a month ago of $600 to her account. And that's about, you know, like I said, I'm trying to get back on track, and I will, you know, do my part as far as that if I get the opportunity to.
Okay, so that was what, a Cash App? Miss Mills, did you actually receive $600?
He did send me $600 2 weeks
Okay.
before school started for the kids.
Okay.
600.
Oh, is this more than one child?
No, I was just saying in general.
Okay,
kids started,
okay,
you know,
okay.
school. So he did send me
Okay.
payment of 600.
Okay, so Miss Mills is gracious enough to acknowledge that you paid that money. So you really are, you know, very, very fortunate in so many ways. So tell me what you're doing to get back on track.
Like I said, Your Honor, I just got back, started working. I was disabled for, you know, a period of time. I have documents from January this year to prove this and everything if I need to. But like I said, you know, I'm not trying to make too many excuses.
Okay, well, and that's understandable. So, okay, so are you willing to give your employer information so that we can start a income deduction order today?
If I can, if
Your
I was
Honor,
going
I
to
believe it was given, and we've sent an income deduction order on July 25th.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so we're just really waiting for things to click in. So let's see. Mr. Freeman, what's my first court date in let's see, because it can take up to July 25th, August 25th. Well, I guess we can go with the second calendar in September. Was that the 15th?
Yes, it's on the 15th.
Okay, so let's go with September 15th. That will have given child support, you know, 6 weeks to get that income deduction order started so that we can follow up. And then, you know, once that income deduction order is in place, Ms. Mills, we typically dismiss the matter because he no longer would have the ability to choose when things are paid. It's going to come directly out of the paycheck. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so is everybody on board and we know what we need to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and dismiss you and have a good weekend. And I appreciate you being so cooperative.
Thank you.
Okay, then.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.